Hi there. Trying to get the right day today. Coffee day. Not making coffee, which I ballsed up the other day, but we're not going to talk about that again. But who would I like to have coffee with? Well, I think there's a few people in my life I would like to have coffee with. And this is probably supposed to be about a real person that we'd like to have coffee with. But I'm a writer, and so writers have interesting things going on in their heads, and I have lots of people running around in my head who talk to me lots, and that's not actually something that you like to tell a lot of people because they tend to want to have you strapped into one of those coats, you know, that ties you up like this and take you away and sit you in a little padded room somewhere. So it's okay to admit that you have people in your head that talk to you when you're a writer, because that's called characterization. So one of the people that I love and that I spend an awful lot of time with is a lovely friend of mine called Julian McEvoy, and he lives in my world called private love. And Julian is my kind of scoundrelish, childish, sort of petulant but beautiful, wonderful and talented musician. And he's kind of a bit of a conglomeration of, I'd hate to say the musicians in my life because they'd all probably start getting very nervous, but he's really my experiment in what makes people want to spend time with or admire musicians. And the problem is that when I start out with my idea of what I think Julian should be, Julian then takes over and tells me what's his idea of what Julian is meant to be. So sometimes I think I'd like to sit him down and say, listen here, pal, I'm the one who's in charge here, not freaking you. And you're going to do what I tell you to do, and you're going to behave the way I want you to behave, and you are just going to do it my way. I think basically he'd just tell me just to get lost because he's going to do it his way, and the fantastic and amazing thing is he just does it his way anyway, and I'm kind of along for the ride. So that is somebody I think that I'd like to sit down and have coffee with. There's a few other people and a few other books that I've got around the place that I'd like to sit down and have a cup of coffee with. One of the other ones, and I've got a cover here to show you too, is Matthew Solomon. Matthew Solomon is a corporate lawyer who falls in love with a lovely little girl called Tamsin. And Tamsin is one of my more fascinating characters. I love Tamsin. I love Matt and Tamsin's story. It doesn't do a lot for a lot of people, but for me, I really love their story because it's passionate and it's crazy, and it's just like so much happens to them, and they're so in love, but there are so many other people that get in the way of their love. And I'd really want to sit Matt down and say, Matt, you know, why have you let your family push you around the way that you did? You know, why didn't you just tough it out and stand up there and be a man from the outset, you know? And it would be interesting to see what he had to say about that, because it took a long time to work out what was going on for dear Matt. And Tamsin, well, Tams is just adorable. I think she's just a fantastic woman who kind of made friends with the wrong people. And yeah, so there are a few more other people. There's plenty of other people rattling around in my head that I'd like to have coffee with. And you know, if you'd like to hear about a few of them, just leave a few notes, you know, down below here, or click the like button, or email me at the website, and we can carry on this conversation. Because there are, aside from fascinating people that there are in the world, there are lots of fascinating people rattling around in the old head here, and that's why I love having a way of engaging them and having fun. Life's about having fun, and as a writer, that's what I've been doing. So yeah, I hope you're having fun as well.